G'day, Jess Skarratt here and welcome to a monster edition of Surfing Australia TV. Now, before you sink your teeth into the main course, we've whipped up an entree for you to sample to give you a taste of what's on the menu. Aspiring pro surfers start travelling the globe at a really young age, and recently our country's top grommets headed to Panama to compete in the ISA World Championships. Time now to look at the incredible experience that was had by the Travel Sim Junior Team Australia.
We're in Panama for the ISA World Surfing Championships, and we're here with Team Australia looking to take the gold. For me, it's a lot like Bali. You know, dark sand, good waves, and the people are really friendly. There's a nice chilled out vibe, and there's lots of little berets and restaurants where you can chill out in between surfs and really just have a fun time. Panama seems like, to me, a really fun country, a really good place to be.
It's a solid 3 days of travelling to get here from Australia, but I wouldn't trade it for the world, and it's just so good to be here, and can't wait to see how far it goes. Oh, it's amazing. It's like no other comp. You never have a team event with surfing, so to have all of Team Australia, we have the best support crew, I think, out of all the teams, and that's why we always succeed so well. We never have any pressure put on us. We just go out there, have fun, and the support crew sort of helps us with anything that we really need, so you can't really go wrong with the team we have.
When you're with so many other countries here, you kind of have to work with your team, not only out of the water, also in the water, to just support each other, get each other waves, and it just makes you feel so much more confident when you're all the way around the world and you're with your mates, with Australia.
Going for a surf, we all go out together, we all come in together, we all do it as a big team. It's the greatest feeling. We all know each other and we're all just having fun.
I'm team captain, so it's I try and bring the whole team together. Every year, it's the one thing, I say it every year, that our team does so well because we're so tight. We go down, watch everyone's heat. That's what makes me strive to do better, knowing that the whole team's there supporting me on the beach, and it's just a different feel when you win a heat here because everyone's down there cheering you on.
So to be a part of Team Australia, it's about a fun environment, and it's about giving 100%, giving your best, and then we're just so happy with the kids when they do that, and we can see the enjoyment they get out of it, and we often find that gives them their best results.
It's pretty funny. We do our little chant, and then other countries seem to copy us, and we do a stretching session back at our place, and someone will see us and you'll see their team doing it the next day, so it's good to know that everybody wants to do what we're doing.
mingling with other surfers and getting to know surfers from other countries. It's a really cool and unique chance for them in their surfing careers.
It's fun to travel around and surf. I think it's the greatest thing, and definitely competing against other surfers who may be better than you and then stepping that little bit further up and beating them. It's a great feeling.
The world's best surfers ride them, and now you can too. Surfsim.com is giving you the chance to win your very own custom DHD surfboard. Surfsim.com offer great deals on travel sims. Travel Sim are the experts in prepaid global roaming and are the smart way to use your mobile phone when travelling overseas. So surf the net to surfsim.com now for your chance to win your DHD board, and remember Travel Sim for your next trip. Do you want to be a part of the biggest amateur surfing event in Australia? Well, from August 11 to 25, Port Macquarie, New South Wales is playing host to the 2012 Australian Surf Festival, supported by Essential Energy. Watch more than 500 surfers competing across 5 disciplines. The event is mobile and features live music, art, competitions and surf education courses. So if you can't make it to the beach, stay up to date at www.australiansurffestival.com.
The state-of-the-art Hurley Surfing Australia High Performance Centre is all about providing a pathway to success for the next generation of Aussie champions. And the pro surfer camps held at the centre are a priceless chance for young surfers to be inspired and groomed by elite athletes like Ace Buchan.
Being around kids again, you just kind of revisit that grommethood that you had yourself, and you see the stoke that they have just paddling out to surf terrible waves, and reminds you of when you were young. And obviously they want to improve their surfing, and they've got lots of questions, and they listen well. So I think they're on the right track to becoming the next kind of batch of great young Aussie surfers. I think if you can take some of the lessons that you've learnt from the weekend away here, and then just keep them in your own mind, if you write them down on your board, or you write them down at home, so then you're going to remember them, and every time you go out for a surf you can practice them. I thought if I could just give the kids something to take away, and for them, whether they throw it out or put it up on their bedroom wall, I think just going through the process of thinking about the things that you need to do to improve. When I was your guys' age, I used to have a little picture on my wall, of the manoeuvre that I was trying to learn, whether it was a roundhouse cutback or an air or so on. No matter what situation you're in, you never give up, and that's what makes a real champion. If you're going to drop your head and give in, there's going to be someone there that's going to eat you up. That's just how it is competing in any sport. Be able to look at your technique and pick up areas that you can improve on, and take that advice away and use that to make yourself a better surfer. That was something that was really beneficial to me as a Grom. So yeah, hopefully just try and instill in them some of the things that they can do to kind of make themselves better surfers week to week, and you know, if they take that on board, that's great. Surfing is such a big part of the Australian culture, but also, you know, the Australian government is taking surfing seriously, competitive surfing, and you know, Surfing Australia really wants to make sure that, you know, Australian surfing still stays right at the top of surfing competitively, you know, internationally. So, you know, it is a bold statement, and I think it's something that's maybe a little bit overdue, but I think it should be really welcomed and embraced by, you know, not only the younger surfers, but by the guys on tour as well.
It's really great to have elite surfers like Ace support the vision of the High Performance Centre by lending their talents and time to the pro surfer camps. Now, if you want any info on the camps or anything that you do see on today's show, just check out our website. And while you're online, why not give us some love on Facebook and Twitter? Does your cutback need work? Do you want to learn how to do aerials? Or do you just feel you could surf a whole lot better? Take your surfing to the next level with help from www.surfcoach.com. Surfcoach.com is an interactive website to help improve your surfing. The site isn't just for competition surfers, but any surfer who just wants to do a better turn, learn a new move, or simply be more confident whenever they enter the ocean. Visit www.surfcoach.com now to find that edge you've been looking for. Fin Control System, or FCS, has been the biggest innovation in surfing in the last 20 years, and you'd be hard-pressed to find a surfer around the globe who doesn't use them, including two-time world champ Mick Fanning.
With the FCS, I just went straight in, and you know, I never felt like I had to compromise or even, you know, adjust my surfing. You know, there were other fin systems where I felt like my timing was off, or, you know, I'd give way a little bit, and you know, when I made that transition from glass on fins to FCS, I never had a problem, so I was stoked. I ended up, just taking, you know, 6 boards to Indo, to the Mentawis, where I had 2 glass on, 2 FCS and 2 another brand. And I was thinking, the fixed fins would probably be the ones, and it ended up being the FCS just felt so much better. You know, just had way more spring out of the tail, had way more spring out of the turns and stuff like that. And so, it was pretty much there that I started getting more boards with them on, and ended up having 1 board that I ended up winning 3 events on, and ended up winning the world title with that board with the FCS in it. So pretty much from there on I was stuck.
Hi guys, I'm Jess Skarratt. I'm here to demonstrate the super hydrophobic qualities of nano-tune. Just here I've got 2 little water bottles. There's just water with red dye in each, and one's been treated and one hasn't. So as you see, I'll give it a little shake up. The untreated bottle is quite coated in water, so I guess that'd create quite a bit of drag. First step is just hit it with the pre-tuner. This one's basically just cleans it up a little. Little even spray, just to kind of clean up the surface. Just like that. Alright, once your board's cleaned up with the pre-tune, you go stage 2, which is the speed coating. So you give it a good shake, that's important, get the nanoparticles moving around, and then yeah, just apply it. Quick process, only takes a couple minutes. Even application, and then yeah, just give it a little rub around. Not trying to rub it off or rub it in, but just spread it evenly. And you can do the fins, and I like to do the rails. Just anything that hits the water, basically. And there you go, a couple of minutes and you're ready to flare. Just want to ask you if your board has been nano-tuned. If you're going to buy a new board, you want to look for this sticker out of the surf shop. If you want to go faster, fly higher, land smoother and glide further, you want to see this sticker on the craft you're going to buy. I'm Jess Skarratt. I want to make sure you stay tuned.
The very first ISA World Stand-Up Paddle and Paddleboard Championships were held this year in Peru. Now, ocean paddling legend Jamie Mitchell captained Travel Sim Team Australia. And let me tell you people, we should be very, very proud of our team because they dominated the competition.
To be a part of the first World Championships in Peru was awesome, and obviously to be the captain of the Australian team that came back victorious was a huge honour, and it seemed like everyone loved us, you know, loves Australia. You know, we're all pretty easy going and, you know, like to have a laugh and stuff. So, but, you know, towards the end, when you start to win everything, you can see it wears a little thin. People come up going, oh, we're going to know your national anthem off by heart by the end of this. Peru was nothing like I expected it to be, actually. People were unreal. We found that the people were just willing to help, and the actual surf culture there is pretty at large. You know, Miraflores as a city was beautiful. We stayed in a really nice part of the city, and it was just really like being in Brisbane or Sydney, you know. I didn't really expect that. Being in a team environment was pretty foreign to all of us, so you never quite know how 9 people are going to gel together, you know, staying in the same, you know, hotel and eating dinner together, travelling together. But, you know, everyone got on really well, and we just end up really getting behind each other and supporting each other. And
I mean, we couldn't be happier. It's a great bunch of guys and girls. So yeah, we're doing everything we can. It's a great event that ISA have put on, so I'm glad we can support it, and hopefully next year, you know, there's more and more countries get on board, because it's, you know, it is the World Championship.
I mean, most good guys will tell you it's the final result that matters. You know, no one remembers who comes second, and I don't care how I get there, I just got to get there.
You know, I saw a photo the other day of me paddling around the buoy with the Olympic rings on it. You know, I'm like, wow, that's cool. Like, to think that the future kids, you know, generations down the track could be at the Olympics, you know, stand-up racing. And, you know, I wanted to support, you know, not only, you know, Surfing Australia and our push to go and do really well, but I wanted to support the ISA and their push for, you know, getting it into the Olympics.
It's all about just racing smart, so we sort of got to just, you know, get around, sort of get to the turn first and just, you know, do everything right. And a lot of luck in this race, but at the same time, you know, we did everything we could to win, so 1-2 is unreal.
For me, actually, this trip was a lot different because
usually when I go away I can focus on myself and focus on what I need to do to get the best out of me. And this trip I was actually doing the exact opposite. I was focusing on everyone else, making sure anything I could do to try and get the best out of them, that was my job. I actually quite liked it, you know, so it was, I enjoyed it, and hopefully I can do it again.
You know, it's been great. It's, you know, I think you'll see next year that everyone, teams will be bigger, stronger. There'll be more teams, more countries, and you know, we did it the first time. You know, we had to support it, and you know, I knew I wanted to support it and bring a really strong Australian team to, you know, to set the tone for what it should be.
I'm sure other teams are wondering, shit, we should have gone.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure. There's some teams that will be, you know, disappointed, but you know what? They'll, you know, they'll be here next year.
I wanted to send our strongest team, and I think we did. And you know, out of 13 or 14 gold medals, I think we won nearly like 10 of them. So we definitely, you know, showed up in force and. You know, and dominated.
A big thanks to Australia and a big thanks to our captain, Jamie Mitchell. It's a fantastic team and they've done a lot to help me out with the boards and everything, so really appreciate it.
I think it was a huge success, you know, not only, you know, for me as the captain and the team, but just as a whole, the whole event was a huge success.
Not as many as you, Groms. We always wanted to surf, but didn't know how. Then Mum found out about Vegemite Surf Groms. You get an awesome Quicksilver pack. We learn all about the ocean and catching waves, and they have the best instructors. It's like, woohoo! Anyone can do it. Party wave? So give it a go. Just go to surfgroms.com to join. See you at the back!
Time for the front side top turn. As we said, we come out of your bottom turn. Where your front arm and your eye line are looking, that's where you're going to go. So you drop in, you want to actually spot the cone, spot the lip, and have your front arm and your eye line pointing at it. And as you hit the lip or the cone, you rotate the shoulders, throw the head and the arms, and back around and get that full rotation of the upper body to connect with the lower body and drive your board back around through the top turn. We'll give it a go. Okay, dropping in, set up for the bottom turn, point to where you want to go and drive through it. All right, now it's time for my favourite turn in surfing, the backhand top turn. It's all set up with the bottom turn, so we want to keep the integrity of the bottom turn work that we've been doing. Square off the bottom, look to where you're going, have the front arm pointing to the lip, and once you get to the lip, it's there that you actually whip the upper body, whip the head back down, whack, and point it back down the face. So we come off the bottom up to the lip and whip with that upper body to get the snap out of the top. Let's give that a go. Again, set up by the bottom turn. So you want to keep that integrity of the bottom turn, drive up and drive out of the turn. Something like that.
Okay, time for something new. Now, Surfing Australia and the Australian Sports Commission are really proud to present a series of segments profiling women excelling in all areas of Australian surfing, which brings me to our leading lady of the series, Nikki Van Dyke. Now, she may not be a household name yet, but those in the know are tipping this Victorian teen to be the next big thing.
My name is Nikki Van Dyke. I'm from Phillip Island, Victoria. I am currently on the qualifying series, coming 8th, trying to qualify for the World Tour and battling school, Year 12 at the same time. My life is heading, hopefully, to become a professional surfer. Yeah, like right now I'm at school and stuff, but you know, it's my last year, and this year I'm doing the QSs, so my parents and my family are really supportive of whatever I do. So yeah, it's just my life at the moment. Year 12 it's like, I see it as so much fun. My family just encourage me to do my best, so they don't want me to get stressed out by school, and because I'm battling with surfing as well, and you know, that's kind of my main focus at the moment, but crazy to think that I'm doing both. School is really supportive. They've been so good, especially this year. I've just been away so much, and when I was younger I was always like, oh, school, like it's just typical and annoying, but now that I've grown up, I enjoy coming back to school, and I think it's the most important thing to have as an education. The kids at school, like, they know that I just come randomly to school and just leave again, so they don't really know when I'm going to be home or leave. So and my friends they just enjoy it when I'm home and spend time with me when I'm home. The best thing about some of the events on tour is going to places like Hawaii, Peru, Sri Lanka. It's crazy the places you get to go to, but also traveling with my sister. Yeah, we have so much fun, and she's just always there, like just with my routines and like in the comps, and yeah, I do really well with her. And we went over to Sri Lanka together, and we were just the biggest clumsy girls ever, and we had no idea what we were doing, but we saw amazing things over there and had so much fun eating all the food over there, and we saw animals and like elephants. I think one of the reasons like why I do well, I think, is because I have the family support, like traveling with my sister, and she's like the super coach. This year my ultimate aim would be to qualify for the World Tour. I feel like I am good enough, and I feel that if I keep going the way I am, then I could, but yeah, we'll see what happens. And I don't know, I'm still pretty young, so it would be just ideal to qualify this year.
Well, that's our show all wrapped up. For your daily Australian surfing fix, I really recommend checking out our website. It's loaded with great content. And if you'd like to extend the friendship, we'd love you to follow us on Facebook and Twitter. I'm Jess Skarratt. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time for more Surfing Australia TV.